So for whatever reason, I decided it was a very good idea to put me and AI up against each other to see who could make the best clicker game on Scratch. It didn't go as I thought it would. So I guess we're gonna start off with mine first. I decided to make a green lemon clicker. No, not limes, green lemons. And apparently I'm bad at drawing them. But I think I got it fairly correct eventually. I don't know why it took so much time to design this lemon. Then I added a variable for clicks, and then just set it to 0 whenever you open the project. The main problem I have... Come closer. I've never made a clicker game before. Well, not a good one at least. But all problems aside, I kept persevering and added the click. That's like basically it. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Well, that's a rather large number. Anyways, after fixing that, I got to work on the background lemons. It took me a while to figure out what in the world I was doing, but I did get it eventually, I think.
I told you not to disturb me!
After adding the lemons, I decided to add a shop, and the shop is broken already. Okay, so gonna add this to each of them, but obviously I'm gonna edit the script a little. So this one is auto click plus CPS. Change out to CPS by 5 here. I actually have no idea how to do this. How much time do we have left? 7 minutes? Hang on, okay. Don't panic, don't panic. It's working. It's working. Oh, that's kind of OP actually. Got a red box behind it. So you know it's the best deal. 3 minutes, okay. I guess I know we need to show the variables. User, leaser, and leaser. That is working, right? Oh no, it added autoclicks. How much time do I have left? 15 seconds. Oh, dude, I didn't get it. The add one per click is broken. I didn't have enough time. So at the end there was a bit of a train wreck, to say the least. But I guess let's see how the game turned out. The game is pretty basic, containing a completely unfunctional leaderboard, a completely unfunctional +1 clicks. But I mean, the visuals are fine. I could probably work on it a little bit more, but honestly, it's like my second clicker game ever, and it didn't turn out too bad. Now let's look at the AI one, which I had to switch AIs at the very end, so it might be a little terrible. We get started by asking the AI, what in the world should we do? And he says, add a score. So we add a score. And he also says to add some pretty basic stuff like a one-click block. I mean, I would use like a completely different script because I don't think that's very efficient, but to each their own, I guess. The AI also said to add a say block, so he, I mean, I guess that works, but it's a little goofy because he doesn't reset the score and he didn't tell me to reset the score. Of course, we tell him to keep going. And of course, we also need something to tell us the score. With this score times 2. I mean, okay. He thinks it would be a much better option to make a button that resets the entire score instead of doing it when the green flag is clicked. Which, I mean, this is a bit silly now, isn't it? He gives us a lecture about things we could do to add in the game, so I decided to add some simple sound effects. I'm just kidding. It was a pop sound effect. And now the age-old question, how do we add a score multiplier? To add a score multiplier in Scratch, you can create a new variable to track the multiplier and then multiply the score by this variable every time So I did just that. Should the multiplier be free, or do we add more code to make it cost clicks? The AI basically said, I do not care, come up with your own dang ideas, but if you want to make it, here is the way. So I did just that. They introduced a new variable that means you can't use scored to buy it, but you have to use clicks, which you only get 100 of, so that means you can only technically get 10 power-ups in total, and you can never earn any more back, and they're also pretty much completely free since you get 100 clicks at the start of the game. And by the way, here's another free score multiplier that adds your score multiplier to 1, except it only does it once, so it's again pretty much useless. though, when I renamed the Scratch project, it decided that Leo AI is like, nope, and it just left. So I had to re-ask it. It has no memory of the previous Scratch project. And apparently I had used all of my daily limits, so I had to ask Copilot, what should I do for visuals, because I hadn't really made any yet. He says, make a main character, and make a background. So I did just that. Also, apparently there are... I rushed my way through, making a little blue guy, and a generic background that you would see in probably almost any platformer, and quickly added the code before it was too late. I had like 5 seconds left or something as I was finishing that. So neither of the games ended up being super spectacular. I mean, they were pretty bare bones, and I think that I could really improve them if I tried. And I would probably also ask Copilot to help me with the AI one again, so... I mean, if you think that would be a good idea to do a second part, tell me. He also decides it would be a much easier option than to reset the green bruh. He thinks it would be a much better option to... He gives us a lecture about things